So does anyone have any questions regarding how they should use AI at this point? All right. So I don't want it just to be, you use it just to satisfy me. I want to use it so it can help you think big. Okay? Helps you think big. This is an essay. The essay must be a synthesis of your good thinking. It has to be a product of your good thinking, which is my definition of a synthesis. It's a product of good thinking. Good thinking always comes from other people's thinking, right? And that's what a synthesis is. So I want to see evidence of that, okay? I want to see evidence of that. So again, you're going to use AI to help you think big, help you formalize your thesis statement, and then come up with evidence. Some of that evidence may be your topic synthesis, may become your topic synthesis in your body paragraphs, right? Some of that evidence may become just supporting details. Other things that you receive or that you generate from the brainstorm, you just throw it away. You might not ever use it for this essay, all right? Good information, but doesn't really fit this essay. And that enters another topic that I want to briefly discuss. I read paragraphs from assignment 1 where I knew the student, I knew you guys were working hard to provide good evidence. But you weren't, when you're providing evidence, you weren't just, it seemed as if you were providing evidence, all the evidence you got from the brainstorm. So you were cramming information in, right? And some of the paragraphs were like almost a page and a half long, right? You don't need to have a paragraph that's a page and a half long. If you have a paragraph that's a page and a half long, typed, double space, font 12, I'm sure that paragraph is breaking unity. Okay? Remember, academic writing, we want to be what? Coherent, understandable. We want to be what? Cohesive. All the ideas gel together, right? Cohesiveness supports our coherence, right? We want to be concise, right? We want to be direct, straight to the point. And we want to be cogent, right? Cogent. We want to be convincing, all right? It should be convincing in a logical manner, right? In a logic. It emphasizes logic, right? In an interesting, concise manner. That's the definition for cogent, right? These are the 4 C's: coherency, cohesion, conciseness, and cogent. All right. So some of the information that you get from the brainstorm, you don't need. You just simply don't need it. Okay. And that's fine. Maybe you use it for another time, another day, another topic. All right. So that's a part of the outlining process. All right. The outlining process is determining what information you want to use to have a logical, strategic information that supports your thesis. Okay, so look at the brainstorm like a salad, like you're going to steakhouse and you're at the salad bar, and you got all this stuff at the salad bar, right? Right. Some of the stuff is delicious. Some of the stuff you really don't like. Some of the stuff is Some of the stuff goes good with one another, right? Some of the toppings and the condiments, they go good with one another. The salad dressing, all right. Other things you just think is not very good combinations, or you just don't like the taste, right? So that's what the outlining process is for. After you've come up with a topic sentence, you're now at this salad bar, and you have to determine what you want to put on your salad that's going to make your salad taste good. Okay? That's the outlining process. That's the strategy. Okay? Now, for the purpose of our activity, that's something that you're going to do on your own. Okay? You're going to determine, now that you have all this evidence, you're going to determine what evidence, what points of views you want to put in your essay to make your essay cogent, to make your essay convincing, to make your essay interesting. Okay? Remember, everything is an opinion, and every time we're writing, we are trying to convince the reader that our position is sound. They don't have to believe us, but our burden of proof is to have the reader at least agree that our position is a sound one and a logical one, regardless if they believe us or not. They have to at least submit to the idea that we have written a sound, logical argument, right? So if you guys do that, then regardless of whether I agree with your position, I don't need to agree with your position, right? I just need to submit to the fact that what you have written was sound, was cogent, was interesting, was logical, provided evidence, and written in a way that at least regardless of my bias, I say, well, this is a very well written piece of work. And that's what's going to get you an outstanding grade. Okay? All right, that's the outlining process. Again, it's not as intense as the brainstorming process or the brainstorming, because the brainstorming can be quite intense. That's why I wish they give you the topics a little bit earlier. But the outlining is now you standing at that salad bar. And again, you know, if you're at steakhouse and at salad bar, you're not going to sit there, as long. You're going to probably make good decisions quickly. So you don't have to spend that much time on the outline, but you do have to spend some time on the outline. Okay? Why? So you can write a work that is coherent, cohesive, right? Cohesive logically. That's what we talk about, cohesion. Logically. Okay? Concise, straight to the point, finding the right words, finding the right phrases that our readers will understand directly. Okay? And then cogent, making it interesting, making it logical. Okay? Are there any questions about what the expectation is during the brainstorm?